Hello students, I hope you have gone through our previous video, graphical representation of motion. Now today this video is our last video to end this chapter 8, motion. This video is about equations of motion by graphical method. What are these equations of motion and how are they helpful to us? See, in this chapter we have studied many physical quantities like distance, initial velocity, final velocity, acceleration, time. Relating all these physical quantities, we have equations of motion. If any one of this physical quantity is unknown, we can find them using these equations of motion. Now, where are these equations of motion applicable? When an object moves along a straight line with uniform acceleration. Only in these two conditions we can apply the equations of motion. It is possible to relate an object's velocity, acceleration during motion and the distance covered by it in a certain time interval by a set of equations known as the equations of motion, which means we are relating the velocity, acceleration, distance and time through these equations of motion. For that we have three equations which is given by, and the symbol denotes. So here the first equation of motion is v equals to u plus at, where v is final velocity, u is initial velocity, a is acceleration and t is time. Second equation of motion, s equals to ut plus half at square, where square is only on time t and s is the distance or displacement. Third equation of motion is 2 into a into s, that is 2as equals to v square minus u square. These are the three equations of motion which students you have to learn thoroughly to solve the numericals of this chapter as well as coming chapter in physics. So these three equations are very important. You have to remember this. Now how did we get this equation? From where did we derive these equations? For that, we have taken the help of graph. We have discussed two types of graph, distance time graph and velocity time graph. We will take the help of velocity time graph to derive these equations, because it relates all the physical quantities that is given in these equations. Here we are taking the case 2 from the velocity time graph of the previous video, that is when an object is in uniform acceleration. Here as you can see there is a bit difference in the graph, because here u is initial velocity, u is not equal to 0. That's why it is starting from a point on velocity axis. So this is how you have to draw a graph. Now at the end of the graph you have to draw a straight line perpendicular to the x-axis, and from the starting of the graph also you have to draw a straight line. This I have just given you an outline how to draw a graph. The exact graph with all the notations I have discussed in the next slide. Here you are not going to use any numbers, only notations. This is the graph that we are going to draw for deriving the equations of motion. So this is our next topic, derivations. Consider the velocity time graph of an object that moves under uniform acceleration as shown in the figure. Here u is not equal to 0, because at time t equals to 0 the velocity is u and at time t the velocity is v. So from the graph we get different measurements. The alphabets that I have taken, it's not at all compulsory to take the same alphabets, but the notations that we have taken in the graph, that should stay same. So from the graph what we get? We get different measurements, like OC is given by t, same as its parallel line AD, also given by t. OA is u, its parallel side that is CD is also u. OE is given by v, its parallel side BC is also given by V. Here BD has no notations, but we can find that out by BC minus CD. BC is V minus CD is U. BC minus CD gives us V minus U. So BD, the measurement of BD is V minus U. Now using all these notations, we are going to derive one equation after another. So you have to write down these derivations of equations. The first equation of motion is V equals to U plus AT. Here we are finding out acceleration from the graph. Acceleration equals to, the formula is change in velocity upon time. From the graph we can understand that the change in velocity occurs on the side BD. BD upon AD. So our equation is BD upon AD, where BD equals to V minus U and AD equals to T. The notation is A equals to V minus U upon T. Now manipulating this formula, which is the acceleration formula, we get the first equation. Like, we have to just shift T on the other side. So we get AT equals to V minus U. Transpose minus U to the other side, that is plus U. So we get the first equation of motion, V equals to U plus AT. This derivation is of 3 marks. Like that way, each derivation is of 3 marks. Now second equation of motion. Second equation is given by S equals to UT plus half AT square. Here S is distance. So in second and third equation, we are finding out distance from the graph, and in that pretext we will derive the equation of motion. Now we all know that from the graph, distance equals to area under the graph. Here area under the graph is taking the shape of a trapezium. But then we can divide that trapezium also into two different figures, rectangle and a triangle, as you can see in the below graph. So we can write that down as area of rectangle OADC plus area of triangle ABD. This will give us the distance. So we will write the formula of these area of triangle and area of rectangle. Area of rectangle is length into breadth, which is given by OA into OC, plus half BD, that is half base into height, so it is BD into AD. Now writing down the notations, we get S equals to UT plus S is the distance, OA, we all know the notations, already we have written in the previous slide. OA is U and OC is given by time T, plus half BD is V minus U and AD is T. So this is how we get. But again, this is not our second equation of motion. So what we'll do is, instead of V minus U from the previous equation, we can write it down V minus, instead of V minus U, we can write it down AT. When we substitute AT in the equation, we get like this. So here T into T, that will give us our second equation, that is S equals to UT plus half AT square. In this derivation, you can avoid the second graph. Second graph I have just given to understand the addition of two area. The above graph is the main thing that you have to draw. This again is a question of 3 marks. Now we will derive third equation of motion. Third equation of motion, the graph will remain same. Here also we are finding out, as I told you, distance. Here we will use the formula of area of trapezium OABC. Now what is the formula of trapezium OABC? It's half into sum of parallel sides into height. Here it is half into sum of parallel sides is given by OA plus BC into height. We can take it as OC or AD. Now substituting these measurements with the notations, we get S equals to half OA is V, OA is U plus BC is V. So V plus U or U plus V into T. Now in this equation we don't need time. So what we will write instead of time? Here we will take the help of acceleration formula. We know the acceleration formula is A equals to V minus U upon T. But if T I take it separately, I will get V minus U upon A. So instead of T I will write V minus U upon A. Now solving this, 2 and A is in the denominator. If we shift into the other side, we get 2as V plus U in one bracket and another bracket V minus U, which becomes your maths identity, that is A plus B, A minus B, which is A square minus B square. So here it will be V square minus U square. So thus we have derived our third equation also, that is 2as equals to V square minus U square. This again also is a question of 3 marks. So these 3 derivations of equation you have to write it down. Now this is the end of our chapter. Now the last topic that we are discussing is about a small topic, that is uniform circular motion. In this we have we are not doing anything in detail. It's just an elementary idea of uniform circular motion is shared with you. In this, an object which moves in a circular path with uniform speed, that motion is known as uniform circular motion. Here in circular motion you have to see that at each point the object is changing its direction. So the speed of this uniform circular motion will not be the same formula as you have seen in straight line motion. The formula of speed for uniform circular motion is V equals to 2 pi r upon t, where 2 pi r is the circumference of the circle and t is the time taken to travel once around the circular path. So this formula only you have to remember under uniform circular motion. So this is it, students. We have completed with our chapter 8 motion. Thank you very much.